All right, so now we focused on how to find the LCD. Let's do some examples on not solving, but adding and subtracting rational expressions with unlike denominators. So here are the steps. Find the LCD. Rewrite each fraction with the LCD. Add or subtract the numerator. The numerators keep the common denominator. Factor the numerator and or denominator and reduce if possible. So let's look at the first example. We're going to add 4 over 7u plus 6 over 5u. So in order for us to add the numerators, we want a common denominator. And we don't have a common denominator, so let's find that. And let's go ahead and use our Venn diagram. So the first circle will represent 7u, the second circle will represent 5u. My question to you is, what's the same? The u. And then what will be different? We want that first parenthesis. What would make what will be the different part? So in order for this to equal to 7u, well, we're going to place a 7 there. And then for the second circle, we have u. What's different? What do we need to include in that bubble? A 5. So to find the LCD, we're going to multiply all parts, the 7, the u, and the 5, and that will give us 35u as the LCD. So our goal is to convert each fraction into having a common denominator, least common denominator of 35u. And we're going to use this Venn diagram to help us decide on what we're going to multiply each fraction by so we can have the denominator of 35u. So let's look at the first fraction, 4 over 7u. What must we multiply the first fraction by so we can have a denominator of 35u? So to make that real easy, let's cover up the 7u. And what's left alone here? We have this 5. So we're going to multiply the numerator and denominator by 5. And that will give us, numerator will be 20. Our denominator will be 35u. That's what we want for our denominator. Now for the second fraction, we have 6 over 5u. We want to change this fraction to having a denominator of 35u. So what must we multiply 6 over 5u by? Well, let's cover up the 5 and the u. And what do you notice that's remaining in the Venn diagram? A 7. So we're going to multiply the numerator and denominator by 7. And we have here 42 over 35u. Now we have a common denominator, 35u. Bring together your numerators, 20 plus 42. Add those together, 20 plus 42, which gives us 62, all over 35u. And that is our solution. Let's do another example. Example 2. We have 1 over, or number 2, 1 over x minus 4 minus 19 minus 3x all over x minus 4 times x plus 3. All right, so the first circle will represent x minus 4 because we need to find the LCD. The second circle will represent x minus 4, x plus 3. So let's fill in our Venn diagram. What is the same? X minus 4. So the first circle is taken care of. There's nothing different because our denominator is x minus 4. But the second circle, what makes that different? It will be the x plus 3. So we're going to multiply all parts to find the LCD. And the LCD is x minus 4 times x plus 3. So my question to you is, which fraction will we have to convert? Is it the first fraction, the second fraction, or both fractions? Well, we need to convert only the first fraction because the second fraction, its denominator is the LCD, so there's no need for us to convert. So now my next question is, what will we have to multiply the first fraction by so we can have this LCD? So to do that, we're going to use our Venn diagram. Cover up the x minus 4 because the first fraction has x minus 4. So what is remaining that we will have to multiply the first fraction by? That will be x plus 3. So now we have a common denominator, the least common denominator, that is x minus 4 times x plus 3. Let's bring together our numerators. Our numerator, the first fraction, you're saying 1 times x plus 3 minus, and remember I told you whenever we have more than one term in the numerator of a fraction, place parentheses around it, minus 19 minus 3x. So we can distribute the 1 to the x plus 3. That will be x plus 3. Let's distribute the negative because we're subtracting. We have negative 19 plus 3x all over, and I'm just going to write the word LCD for a second because I need you to understand that we need to focus on, once we find the LCD and we do our converting, now our focus is going to be on the numerator. And we'll bring back the LCD towards the end for our answer as we write our answer. So next we're going to combine like terms, and we have here x plus 3x, that is 4x, and then 3 minus 19, which would give us minus, what is that? 16, all over our LCD. Now notice, look at your numerator. Now remember, when we add subtract fractions, we factor last. So I noticed that our numerator, we can factor out a GCF, and we have 4 times x minus 4. Okay, so we're going to factor the numerator. And now that we've factored the numerator, let's go back and write the LCD in. So we have x minus 4 times x plus 3, and then cancel all pairs that's common to the numerator and denominator. And we can cancel out the x minus 4's. So our solution is 4 all over x plus 3.